My apologies, there will be some disclaimer here before we go into tempering and the polishing of the Phantom Cosmetic, because every time I do any sort of video that involve something that you have to pay and get in this game, there is someone out there thinking that I'm trying to promote it, even though I always say do not go spend any money on Diablo Immortal. I do not recommend that. I am only doing that because I'm a content creator. It makes sense because I create content daily, and for me getting a new cosmetic and using that for maybe hundreds of video makes sense, but for someone out there who is just playing the game casually, it doesn't make sense for them to go and spend this much for a cosmetic. So I need to be super careful here, and I always give out some disclaimers. So I'm not trying to promote this, I'm only showcasing what the new feature is with the Phantom Cosmetic, and that's it. I do not recommend anyone spending this much money on any video game, and unless you are making money out of that, then for sure go spend and make that money back. Now that disclaimer is out of the way, let's go take a look at the basic cosmetic first, so you guys know what we are taking a look at. This is how the snake looks, very static, green snake for a wizard, and for some other classes like Blood Knight, the snake color is golden, and you can see very static, it doesn't move much. And we will be taking a look at what we get for the tempering. This goes to 4,500 eternal orb. So if we go back in game, the tempering get you two options. We can enable those by going to cosmetic. First one will be you can change the color of your cosmetic to green or from green to white. I believe this option should have been free, but they decided they want to put it behind a paywall, so it will be more rare and exclusive to people who will be spending more. So you can change the color of the cosmetic. So I'll pick green, and then if we turn on the accessories, you will see now I have a snake that is actually not static and circling my character, and we can change the color of the snake between white and green, whatever combination you prefer. And this is how it looks. You can see the snake is circling my character. It is currently green, and we can go change that to white, and this is how the combination looks. And this comes with 4,500 additional eternal orb, and there is one other feature that you get for tempering, and that is for the primary. And so if we were to, let's say, pick the magic missile, first I would remove this weapon so we can see how the basic primary looks. There we go. This is how the primary effect look for the wizard. You can see some waves and the purple projectile. And if we go put on the weapon, there we go. And now use the primary. You can see there is a new visual effect here, a different color and water effect with the primary attack, and this works for both type of ultimate, not the ultimate but the primary. So if I put on the electrocute, you can see there are some sparkles of waters coming out of the electrocute, and that's it. It is more easy to tell on magic missile. So this is what you get for tempering. This is tempering. It costs you 4,500. Now let's go take a look at what else we get if we spend additional 1,500 eternal orb for the polishing. And it comes with upgraded weapon cosmetic. Tempering a weapon gives it more eye-catching colorization and extremely hard to tell. So I will ask you guys, keep your eye on the grip of the weapon here. It is somewhat golden-ish, and if we go back to the basic, it turns somewhat silver type, and again, it should have been free. They are just trying to make these small changes. You can see here it does glow a bit more in this area, but nothing that it will make a huge difference. Another thing, this visual effect of the thunderstorm behind the character, it does unlock with the 4500 tempering feature, and but for some reason it doesn't work here. We don't see those thunderstorms, so maybe it is only for the display. And let's go back. So the first feature is the polishing, or the different color for the weapon. Doesn't give you much, but the second one is the finishing effect. Now this is a fun one. Equipping this weapon skin will trigger an exclusive finishing effect, defeating elite monster. Now this works versus the blue monsters. It works versus the yellow elites and ancient and blue elites as well, and it also works versus the bosses. And you don't need to use your primary to kill the monsters. As long as you will be the one who will be killing the elites, these visual effects will work, and that is what you get for polishing. And I will be showcasing this in a bit, but there is another thing with the frame of the Phantom Cosmetic. Once you do the tempering and the polishing, you can see the frame of my other Phantom market are a bit goldy-ish, and this has some animation now after tempering and polishing it. It is somewhat brownish. I'm bad with the colors, but you guys can see it has a different look. And even here, while I'm equipped, you can see there is some animation with the frame, and the color of the frame is a bit different. Now let's go check out the finishing animation for the polishing, and I'm not 100% sure, but what it seems like, this feature here, tempering and the polishing, will be time limited, and once the Phantom Cosmetic will go away, you won't able to do the tempering and polishing anymore. At least that is my speculation. I don't have any confirmation about that, but anyhow, let's go check out the kill animation for the weapon polishing, which is linked to your weapon. You can wear whatever cosmetic you like. The primary visual effect and the kill animation is now linked with this weapon. See you guys in a sec. So currently we are in the open world. You guys can see this is a blue elite pack, and the animation did end up getting triggered. You guys can see how the snake is looking as I move, and the kill animation does work versus elites, and it is somewhat a fun feature. There we go. Again, you saw the fish, and that is everything. Tempering and polishing of the Phantom Cosmetic. This is actually the real version of the Phantom market, in my opinion. They just cut it down and made it a bit cheaper with the basic look. This is how it should have been, and it does look a lot better than somewhat a basic version because of the snake animation, some of the visual animation with the primary and the kill animation. It does look better, and it does give you more customization option with the cosmetic. I think it looks really good, but again, not trying to promote it. Honestly, not worth buying it inside of the Diablo Immortal unless you are making a lot of money in real life, and it won't be all that big of an issue for you. But for most player, I don't recommend it buying. And with that, I'm signing off. See you all in the next one. You guys have a great day later.